Well, we know we are dealing with the heat, triple-digit heat this week. Even more kiddos are headed back to school. So we started thinking, what should we be sending our kids back to school with to make sure that they are hydrated and that we're saving some money? And Brittany, she's got this handled for us. She's going over some tips on what we should do, specifically when we're talking about this heat. We know that's a big deal for parents. And the lunchbox is such, it's so important. What should parents keep in mind?
Okay, so let's start with my son is a senior, so these are lessons that I learned the hard way.
And mine are just starting, so I need to know.
From an older mom to a younger mom. So one thing we want to think about with the triple-digit heat that I actually just learned on Instagram, is that we want to be careful with the kinds of lunchboxes we buy, because I saw this at H-E-B for $9. It's a little plastic container, and then we have this stainless steel bottle. But the thing is, especially with this Texas heat, we have to be really careful of the plastics that we pick, because it's dangerous with this heat. It breaks down over time. It leaks dangerous chemicals. And so it's something that we need to be mindful of. Experts say when you're looking for a lunchbox for your child, if they're older and more responsible, we could do glass, but you also can think of things for stainless steel and silicone are better options for you, especially with the heat. And that goes for the ice packs as well. You want to do maybe the frozen water bottles are a great one. If you're going to get an ice block, you want to make sure that it is BPA free, but ice water is the best way to go to keep those lunches cool as well.
Got to keep them hydrated. And Brittany, we know you chatted with a local dietitian. She walked you through a lot of things. What are some of the big mistakes that she says parents make?
Okay, and I have done this, so I feel bad, but you know what? Life is about learning. So it's about the grab and go food. So Lunchables, as you probably heard, a lot of people say, hey, it is loaded with sodium. I don't know if you can see that salt, but it is. And when we have salty food, what happens with the warmer temperatures is that we're going to drink more, but we're still going to be dehydrated and go to the bathroom. So you have loading them up with sodium with not a lot of nutritional value, and then they're going to the bathroom and they can't focus. So the dietitian said you are better off and you would save more money if you gave them leftover pasta with meatballs than to give them the nachos with cheese. You're not really going to get a lot from that. And then if you want to talk about money, we think, all right, but Lunchables, it's a grab and go. We're paying $4.33 for a Lunchable, right? But it's not really going to save you money, because you need to think about your stores. H-E-B is great with products that they make themselves. So we have this option here for $8. You're going to get 2 pounds of turkey. You're also going to get your cheese, your loaf of bread, and that's going to last you probably a week or two, depending on how many kids you have, plus your diced peaches. So a lot of people say, yes, we want real food. We want to go with the real peaches, but sometimes we have to look at this or that and work up to the real peaches. So if we're getting a Lunchable that has the trolls in it, and we go to the peaches in a jar, we're making progress in the right way, because it's not about perfection. I think that's where we get sidetracked and defeated. It's about small little changes every day. So 5 of these are going to cost you $25. The store product right now that they have, you're going to get 2 weeks of food probably for $8. Add in the Ritz crackers, and you're looking at 10. So that kind of makes up this price for that price, and nutritional value is a lot higher. We want protein, protein, protein. And this.
And we're all trying to save a buck, so I hear it, especially when you're feeding little kiddos. So we talk about juice boxes, and this is something that we know little kids gravitate to. But what do we need to be aware of that? Like if you're buying them, what do you need to know, or any kind of drink?
Well, I'm really guilty of this too. So we want juice. If we want juice boxes, it needs to be 100% fruit. We also want to think about water. That's our best bet. And if your child likes ginger ale or pop, then we can kind of wing them off by doing sparkling water. And you got to think, I know some sparkling water is $8, but H-E-B, I think, has the best store brand items, and you're going to pay about $4 for it. So you really can save. It's about this or that, those small tweaks. That's what I want you to take away from this. Not to mention, it is about make sure your plastic in your child's lunchbox that is okay. And in our web story, we kind of listed down more specifically of what you could have. That's what I want you to take away from that. And you can save a lot of money at the store.
I love that it's small, attainable changes that you can make too. So Brittany, thank you so much for walking us through this. Of course, we've got this on our website. You can check it out after the show.